This is a particular story. It's a story of a soap opera and secrets. It's the story of the little girl who lived down the lane. Do I think perhaps, unlike what I've suggested before, which this is the personal unconscious of only one person, is it possible that it's a multitude of personal unconsciousness? But in the collective unconscious, formless universal ideas permeate a void-like state. These ideas are universal, and they need character, design, and the knowledge of a host to populate as images. These universals run through all of us, things like the need for origin, the need for desire, the need for meaning. According to Jung, these drivers are encoded in us like DNA, and as such, we can't view them when they're in a collective state. But in the personal unconscious, unique contents come into view. The collective unconscious is a drama that takes place in your subdomain, and it's filled with your memories, your suppressions, your films and images, your interests and your complexes, all performing in a mixture of structured and dreamlike ways, each of them speaking to you. You may encounter its image in moments of sleep or drifting or medically induced states. They're yours, and they're symbols of your design. Yes, Twin Peaks is a story of one person, fractured into a multitude. It's initially performed as a television show, using the popular TV format of the day, the soap opera, then later as modern TV. But it's also the story of authorship. Each person, place, idea, feeling, and experience living endlessly inside of us, each avatar of our aspects playing themselves out to different ends, just as we play out our options and decisions in a true life. This is what happens in the personal unconscious. Just as with the principles of Jungianism, we see each figure of this world agree to the media tropes because they arrive from the backlog of one specific person. So, for example, the dreamer is aware of the fugitive, and as such, they imagine a one-armed man, and they generate his name, Philip Gerard, from that very show. His daimon, Mike, is an archetype of the magician, using esoteric behaviors to guide you. The collective unconscious allows for us to design the image of the wizard in our subconscious, but we would not all choose the same image. Because multiple characters in Twin Peaks can all see the same archetypes, overlooking their obvious association to media, it's doubtful that these individuals, in any real sense, are actually individuals. They wouldn't see the same image or the same archetypes. Their own minds would invent their own personalized images based on their own personal experience. Instead, each person in this personal unconscious sees the same symbols, the same tropes, and the same archetypes. According to Jungianism, this insinuates that these people are products of one architect. In Jung's framework, every person must confront their archetypes, the shadow, anima, animus, self, within their own psyche as part of their journey toward individuation. Quote, "The personal unconscious is particular to each individual and is made of parts that are unique to their own ideas," end quote. In other words, they've been manufactured for a reason. Speaking to Esquire, Mark Frost remarked, "Maybe it was just a way of putting a terrible story into a form that we could cope with, or maybe it was something real." This is a particular story. It's a story of a soap opera and secrets, hidden truths, and sexual trauma. It's the story of the little girl who lived down the lane. The story of a girl with denial, secrets that she hid from people and from herself. A story of trauma inflicted on a victim through unspeakable horrors and reflected by her personal unconscious, causing massive repression. Her psyche's waging war over her ability to decode these repressions, though she's playing out the psychological beats that one must to endure, to live, and then win. She begins with the ego death, killing her avatar and sending herself on an investigation to witness her fractured selves, her ambitions, and her gruesome truths that she tries to deny. Laura is the one because Laura is the persona that must individuate. She must rid herself of the mask, stop telling herself everything's fine, and integrate. It's for this reason that her hero archetype is out to save her. It's for this reason that we see her truer world, Odessa, because her odyssey is a journey to her truer self. And it's for this reason that the truer consciousness, the Odessa consciousness, is littered with ideas related to her, diners and horses and gruesome men of violence and Judy. And it's for this reason that no member of the Twin Peaks TV show leaps to that closer consciousness. She's consolidated them. Only the persona and the hero remain. And when they're finished, they will return to their station in the collective unconscious, and they'll do it again as different faces of these same archetypes. These are the archetypes of the dreamer. We know that because all of the people in this landscape interact with the same archetypes. They don't each populate their own archetypes, built from their own interests. But somewhere, the real people that she uses as these metaphors or these symbols may be having their own unconscious drama. But that wouldn't be Twin Peaks. That would be the drama that they populate individually. Same archetypes, different characters, different show with a different purpose.